In this report, we share with Nova Scotians the results of our work on the financial reporting of the province. Essentially, we are answering two questions. One, can Nova Scotians rely on the financial statements that the province produces? And secondly, are there any major concerns in terms of how the province is managing and controlling the finances of the province? In this report, we deliver key messages related to those two objectives. There are a few key messages that I want to share with you in terms of our work. First, on the issue of question 1, whether people can rely on the financial statements of the province. Yes, I'm happy to report that the province produced financial statements that meet Canadian accounting standards, and therefore Nova Scotians can rely on them to inform public discussions and decision making. Second, on the issue of whether there are major concerns in terms of how the province manages and controls the finances, I have three major concerns. Firstly, there are a number of organizations with what I would call significant weaknesses in internal controls. This includes, for example, the IWK and the Halifax-Dartmouth Bridge Commission. Secondly, there are a number of organizations where the internal control weaknesses continue year after year. The Nova Scotia Health Authority is an example of one of those organizations. So the final concern that I want to raise in relation to our work is we found there was unclear or lacking guidance in terms of the acceptability and nature of accounting for costs related to things like internal meetings and social events. So when we looked at an expense at the Nova Scotia Health Authority, for example, of $8,500 for a Christmas party for 146 people, the guidance that was there in terms of the acceptability and accounting for that was really unclear. So I think the government would benefit from more clear guidance in terms of what are acceptable costs and what is the nature of the accounting for these types of expenditures. In terms of what should happen now, I think there are two clear things that need to take place. One, those organizations that have weaknesses and issues in their controls should explain to Nova Scotians why this exists, and equally important, how they are going to fix it and when. Secondly, this report is one tool that we provide to people in the Nova Scotia Legislature so they can hold government accountable for past results and for actions going forward. I hope it will be used for those purposes.